Hi, Keith here with Dreams in Peace. Figured I'd talk about something a little different. I'm just going to show you kind of my little morning workout routine. Keep it real simple, just so you kind of know what's going on. What I do is I use the patented backrest of my dinette table here, and I'm just going to do these. I'm not exactly sure what you call them, but they're kind of like a leg raise, and you go to one knee here, and so you're kind of twisting, but you're kind of crunching and doing a leg raise, so you're kind of getting that lower and the upper at the same time. So I usually do those until I can't do them anymore. And I'll kind of mix it up and do these scissor kick things, but the key here is you hold your stomach in flat. It'll naturally kind of bow out. It works better if you're doing them holding your stomach in, and it's a concentration thing too, so it works really well. And just do the regular sit up. And the big thing to me with anything is, I've been doing a bunch already, is to do them slow and controlled, so you're really focusing on the muscle. And then I do about 50 push-ups or so. And the big thing that I do is I move in from close grip. You know, if I did those yesterday, then I go a little wider and then go as wide as I can, kind of thing. Just to always kind of keep varying it so the muscles don't get
One other one that I didn't really mention but kind of goes without saying
is just the leg raise with the crunch kind of thing. So those are always good too. Thing on the push-ups, if you just starting out and can't really say do 50, do as many as you can on your toes, but then just go to your knees to finish off and then kind of work your way towards it. Or if you just want to do higher reps to mix it up, do 75 or 100, something like that, just to always kind of slightly mixing it up. The thing about jogging on private property is that you'll find gyms like such. I can have that thing on Craigslist this afternoon. Probably have it running in about 15 minutes, and that'll probably net about $3,000, something like that. So one kind of funny thing I've just been doing now is realizing, I have quite a bit of free time on my hands now. So if I'm just, and even if you didn't have a whole lot of free time on your hands, as you're doing something, like say I'm going to take the garbage out, do a few lunges on the way or something like that, And then another thing I was doing the other day, I had a 2-hour drive, and I was just flexing, simulating like a curl, but flexing as hard as I could, and I did 50 of those on each arm, and the next day my arms were sore. So I think even just flexing, if that's all you got time to do, or you're sitting around, hold your core tight, and I think it all just adds up. So the point I'm getting at is there's really no excuse that you can't do something. There's always a way. You just got to get creative. I don't have any weights or anything like that around, so I'm just getting really creative. So in that getting creative thing, one thing I have been doing too is just take a 1-gallon bottle, fill it with water. I think it's almost 9 pounds. Great for doing shoulders. And one thing on this particular movement, I've noticed how you do them kind of straight on, but then I just kind of work out until I'm going to each side, so to kind of work all parts of the top of the shoulder there too. So, and of course you've got these as well, and then the military press too. So throw those curls in as well. And then this one is just awesome. It's one of the best ones I think you can do. It's kind of a lunge and kind of a shoulder lift. Probably not doing it perfect there for you, but you kind of get the idea. Quick thing on the curls is doing them, kind of with your palm facing towards you, but then also varying them and doing them kind of like that. I think it's a hammer curl. Again, just always kind of mixing it up. Key point is to be creative and just make sure you're putting the effort in, even if it's only 10 minutes a day. My whole thing probably takes maybe 30 minutes. Sometimes I push it a little further, sometimes a little less.
And if I'm busy and can't do it, I don't get down on myself. But that's when I kind of work in the, doing stuff while I'm walking, or even just calf raises while I'm standing still. Anything you can, the point's just, again, just be creative.
In regards to repetitions, to me, it's the way I'm doing it now. It's not really about sets so much. Maybe 2 sets if I get a chance, but more high rep, lighter weight, just because I don't have heavier things around. But if there's a nice heavy rock that works good for curling or military presses or something like that, then so be it. That works good as well. Here's a good quick little tricep one as well. Obviously you're working your triceps pretty good when you're doing the push-ups, so there you go. This is just a nice easy one that works the obliques here. Again, I don't think it's much about weight. For me, I certainly am not trying to make these really big, just a tone kind of thing. So, 25, 50 of these, whatever you can do, and then switch sides. I think the biggest thing with any of this stuff too is just keeping your core tight. Kind of like a free ab workout while you're doing
push-ups. Another thing you can do to vary it is do this would be comparable to doing a decline push-up, which would do the lower part of your chest. Obviously the flat's going to do the center, and then you can obviously, for the incline, do these, stop. Not sure if you can see that or not, but you get the idea. And, point would be for me, I personally am not trying to do the decline stuff because the lower part of my chest is a little more defined than the top, so I'm always doing the flat and preferably the incline. So it just depends on what you got going on. Good luck. Well, I'm thinking that's not good. Get you a little closer to that.
I'm guessing that's bear shit. I don't know. On that note, though, I hear there's a lot of bears in this area, so we'll head back on that one. Don't forget the classic. Kind of gets a little bit of everything. Mention too is I never eat before I work out. It's the first thing I do. I just try to drink as much cold water as I can. Maybe 700 liters, something milliliters, something like that. Anyway, that's big. I've always heard that that's what you should do. You burn more fat that way because you just fasted all night while you were sleeping. Little tip. The diet, I wouldn't worry too much about that. There's plenty of things like liposuction, plastic surgery, and ways to work around that. The main thing is, just don't drink whole milk. So that should get you where you need to be. You're probably looking at a timeline of about 7 to 20 years, somewhere right in that range, give or take, maybe 15 minutes. The story today is don't take life too serious and just have fun.
There you go. Thanks for watching. Dreams in peace. Let's grow this thing together.